Hey everyone, welcome back to Bert's Garage. So today we'll be doing a review with one of our partners, PartsAm, on their 12-game multi-switch kit. So if you're anything like me, you've got several items on your rig and you want to be in control of what's lit up and when, stick around because this review is just for us. So what I like to do is take you through a three-step process on this. One, we want to get it unboxed and see what the details are inside of it. Two, look at the installation process. And three, we want to see the display of how this works day and at night. Come in a little closer so we can see some of the features and benefits that come along with this product. This is a part number 227750, and this is a one-piece kit. So very neatly packaged here. Got a few brackets. Looks like we have the package installation manual. Looks very detailed and very user-friendly also. We'll get more into this. So we've got several stickers that come with it. It looks like, just as an idea, we've got fan 1, fan 2, the heated seats, GPS, spotlight, navigation, auxiliary, driving lights, fog lights, speakers, just a list of items that you can plug into it. We have a 100 amp disconnect switch here. So that'll come in very handy just to disconnect the entire unit. As we pull out the control module, it shows that the control module is set up to run as a 12 volt or a 24 volt system. This is a 60 amp max. So let's look inside of this little bad boy. So as we open it up, we can see it's very user friendly here. You've got the selector of what you connect to, and it's got the amperage on the side of it. And you've got your terminals. So it's very simple as far as the wiring of this. And you have some spare fuses that come along with the control panel being loaded with fuses. Super neat. So let's set this aside. We've got our monitor here that we've got 12 different locations that we can put the stickers on. And we've got 5 different lighting displays from 100, 75, 50, 25, and 10% depending on the visibility that you want inside your cabin. This item will have 8 different lightings to choose from based off of your preference. So we're talking about a red, orange, yellow, green, a cyan, blue, purple, white, and you can adjust the brightness level. So that is super neat. You got plenty of cord here so you can plug it in and you can display it wherever you want inside your 12 and 24 volt system. We've got another remote. We've got your hot and negative. You've got some mounting hardware and a couple of tools that come along with it. And it looks like you have some more bracketry as well as zip ties. So let's get this rearranged. So as you can see, this 12-game switch panel kit puts you in control of what's connected and when. So a couple other things to mention with this, it has some protection built in, and that's going to be your over voltage protection, your over current protection, your thermal protection, and as well as your reverse polarity protection. So that's pretty neat in itself. But in addition to that, comes with a 1-year warranty and a 24-hour customer service hotline. So what we need to do now is jump into making this thing display. So let's get started on the install. Come on, guys. Okay, step 1, we need to connect the positive lead to the circuit breaker. So we'll remove the nut. Put our positive lead on the positive, and we'll make sure that we get a good firm connection on it. So the second positive lead will have a larger diameter, and that will go to your battery. The smaller diameter will go back to the circuit breaker. Also make sure that you get a firm connection on this side also. So now we are ready to put the lid back on it. There's an opening that's oriented to the leads exiting. And it snaps on the sides here. It's firmly connected. So now we'll need to connect the circuit breaker, and as it's clearly oriented, there's one tab on one side, two on the opposite, and on the one tab side would be your negative terminal. So this one would be your negative, this one would be your positive. So now we need to connect this positive lead coming from the circuit breaker to this control box with the correct lead. And likewise, we'll need to connect our negative lead to the opposite side. Same on the negative lead. There's a larger diameter, and that will go to your battery, then a smaller will go to this box. Good firm connection, and make sure that you are not blocking your tab. So you have your positive and your negative oriented exactly how it's listed on the faceplate. Next up is our switch panel. So at this point, we need to connect our main lead from the switch panel to the control box. And on that connection, there's a couple of tabs that's oriented, so it'll only go in one direction. You also have a connection midways that you can separate this with a couple of pins and then a locking ring that'll lock it back into place. So it is removable from the length of the wire here. So now we need to go ahead and get our fitting oriented so it just snaps right into place, and you'll hear the click knowing it's in place. So at that point, our switch panel is installed. Next up, we have a button light installed into this board here, and what we'll do is we'll wire that button light into this box here. So our white is our negative, and the blue and the red are two heights. So we have our white, and what we'll do is we'll connect that to our common ground here. So our light is grounded. All right, so we've got our hot and our ground connected. So on the circuit breaker, one thing that you will need to make sure that that circuit breaker has been closed. And if you need to press to reset, there's a button to press here, lock it in place. It's now in control mode. Once we know that we have all of our connections secure, we'll need to reach in and turn the switch on, and you'll have a red light illuminate. At that point, you should be able to power your switch box. So when we are ready to run our desired bulb here, we just press the button and that circuit has been illuminated. And to turn it off. And you do have multiple color functions on this. One thing that I did notice when I went to put the cover on, that there's no exit for the wires on the negative side. So I need to transfer this wire back over to the same side that the positive exits. So for today's application, we have 7 circuits connected. Each circuit will be displayed on this board here. You've got several stickers that you can choose to stick on the display board, and you've got plenty that you can rearrange later on. So for today's purpose, we are not sticking the stickers on. We have them marked And what we'll need to do is we'll need to make sure that we get the battery connected. We need to turn the power on. You got the red light there indicating the power is on. And we can go ahead and put our cover back on. Make sure that no wires are in a pinch zone. You should hear it firmly snap in place. So next we'll look at our display board or switch panel here. So let's turn the light. As you can see, we have powered the board up. We've got several different colors to choose from. And you have different brightness levels that you can choose from. All right, so we are ready to start powering on some circuits. I see color in the background. Hey everyone, welcome back to the recap of a review of PartsAm's 12-gang multifunction switch and control panel. This thing is on point and did not disappoint. I love it. This kept me in control of what's lit up and when, just as promised. So after we got our lights hooked up on our temporary mock-up, this was the next item to install. And after reviewing the instructions on this was very user-friendly to install, step-by-step instructions, super easy to follow. So if it's anything like me and you like to personalize your rig, hey, head over to partsam.com and see the huge selection available for your rig. That way you can make that statement that you want while you're heading down the freeway. So I want to thank you much, PartsAm, for sending this out. This 100% keeps our rig lit. I approve. Thank you much, PartsAm.